One of the wonderful things about living in a college community is the abundance of affordable entertainment made possible by student organizations. But several performance groups are struggling to even get behind a curtain.
UNC has a thriving and diverse arts community, but theater groups are having a tough time finding enough space to perform on campus. Both Historic Playmakers Theater, commonly known as HPT, and Girard Hall are closed for renovations, and it's leaving groups like Pauper Players in a difficult spot.
Pauper Players has been around now for almost 20 years, and we consistently have performed in Historic Playmakers Theater, which has now been shut down. In addition, every other space on campus suddenly has this huge rush of people wanting to perform in it, so we suddenly don't have anywhere to perform.
With two major venues unavailable, theater groups have to make use of other spaces on campus. Company Carolina is in the same situation and frequently uses the Forest Theater.
There was just one more good space in HPT, and Girard's kind of iffy, but you could use it. There was just more space to go around, and I think now there are also getting to be more groups wanting to do theater and wanting to use the space.
Both HPT and Girard were scheduled to open in September. However, Girard rescheduled for a November opening, and HPT is closed indefinitely because of lack of funding to finish the interior renovations. Director of Performing Arts, Emil Kang, is aware of the problems at hand.
I would be the first person to say that there is a shortage of space for student performing groups, theater, music, dance, otherwise, everything. And so we're not in a position to make that problem worse.
Theater groups have the option of performing in places like the Union Cabaret, but the Cabaret is a small space and doesn't seat as many people as HPT. This puts the organization in jeopardy financially. But Kang and the university are doing their best to get HPT up and running as soon as possible. If you can't make it on time to the Playmakers version of Romeo and Juliet, don't worry. You can watch what you missed in the lobby. The Center for Dramatic Art has installed 2 flat-screen TVs outside the entrance to the Paul Green Theater. The TVs display photos and clips of performances before the show begins, but their main purpose is to play a live feed of what's going on inside the theater. This helps latecomers follow along with the performance and also adds a modern touch to the lobby.
We went with the TV screens so that we could show not only slides of our actual shows, but we would like to do eventually footage, like film footage of the shows, and do trailers and things like that for upcoming events.
Romeo and Juliet ends October 14th and Playmakers resumes on the 24th with Crimes of the Heart. Many students dread registering for classes, but some say the advising system at Carolina is flawed. But it might be changing. An external review includes suggestions from students and faculty members about how to improve the current system, which often keeps students waiting. The review suggests a more efficient online system, but that isn't likely to take effect for another 3 years. One change that might happen soon is for students to keep the same advisor for the first 2 years.
Should government meetings include prayer? In May, Fayetteville decided to ban references to Jesus in prayers during public meetings. Fayetteville made the move to prevent potential legal problems. The Chapel Hill Town Council doesn't have that dilemma because the meetings don't open or close with prayer. Councilmember Bill Thorpe says the town doesn't want to push the community toward a certain religion, though other groups do open meetings with prayer.
Congress does it, as I said, and the North Carolina General Assembly does it, but again, I think they use very select words, and I'm saying the same thing, that we don't need to get into that period.
Thorpe says religion hasn't been an issue since he's been in office, and because the council doesn't pray at meetings, members don't have to worry about saying the right word for the right faith. Voters are trying to learn more about local candidates before Election Day rolls around on November 6th. Last night, WCHL hosted the 2007 election forum at the Hargrave Center to let voters hear what candidates had to say about important issues. Topics included Carolina North, affordable housing, and the proposed transfer station along Rogers Road. In the past, voter turnout for municipal elections has been low. Candidate Matt Tchaikovsky says voters sometimes feel disconnected from their representatives.
It's driven largely by apathy, by voters saying to themselves, it's not going to make a difference. You know, all these candidates are more or less the same.
For a full list of Chapel Hill Town Council and mayoral candidates, check out our website, www.carolinaweek.org. And now we're joined by weathercaster Johnny O.
Johnny O, I am really looking to the state fair. How about you?
I am definitely looking forward to the state fair, and so it's going to be a lot of fun, whether it's feeding the pets or getting some great food. It's something to look forward to. A look at what you can expect for opening day next.